Hello my friends and welcome back. It's episode 103. Let us continue.
What's going on? There's a voice in my head.
A voice? I hear nothing.
I apologize for startling all of you. It is I, Rella Cygnus. Through magic, I speak directly to your minds.
Saint Rella? Is every Sanctist in the city hearing this? Amazing. That's some spell.
We witnessed a boy candidate who claimed to be the prince. To ascertain the truth of his words, I faced him in mutual, voluntary battle. I now see with eyes unclouded. Good people. He is, without a doubt, His Highness the Prince. Now, there is something further you all must know. The truth of His Highness's reported death, and the truth of the attempt on his life. Sanctifex Forden was indeed behind the plot to assassinate His Highness. By this barbaric act, he sought to elevate the Church and put the throne within his own grasp. These revelations are only mine to give, because I was Forden's assassin. It was I who cast the curse upon His Highness. Yet all was not lost. Through all these long years, His Highness has endured the pain, and now walks among his people once more.
Sanctifex Forden was really the mastermind? What am I supposed to believe? Oh, God.
Sanctist faithful! She knows not what she speaks! Close your mind to her! Damn you, Rella! You would not just expose our secrets, but cast them into our people's very heads?
Forden has already paid for his transgressions. As for me, this shall be my final address to you all. For my sins against our nation and its people, and for willingly abetting such atrocities, I will soon join our Sanctifex in the beyond. Yet know this, dear faithful. You need not let your anxieties rule you. I have faced His Highness the Prince myself, and known his heart. His Highness will accept us. With his strength, he will shelter the lost and weak, and stand against Luis in our names. If all of you would believe, our country could be a place where all would thrive under a just king. I pray with all my heart that it will be so.
Saint Rella, was this your plan from the very beginning? Damn it! Crier or not, I can't let her down. I've got a job to do.
What became of my church? My faith? How can I go on without it? I am lost. I thought myself the unshakable defender of the Sanctist Church. But should it now collapse, I cannot see my path forward. Even I, then. I, too, am one of the weak that Rella fought for.
Wow, that's more introspection than someone like him usually has. That's quite unrealistic, let's be honest.
At last, my role is at an end. Juna, I'm sorry. I only ever meant to protect you, but in the end, you'll have it the hardest.
Sister, please, you... Tell me, what do I do? Basilio, tell me. What do I do?
Lady Juna.
And what happens to the faithful? They'll be crushed. You're their saint. You had just put their hearts at ease. What are you?
I never wanted you to see it, but... Juna, look at this.
What?
You're gonna say that she's dying anyway. Or something.
What's left of my life is a price already claimed by my own curse.
Yeah, she's dying anyway.
Perhaps it was too cruel to ask for a quicker death at your hands. I leave Juna and this country in your hands.
We couldn't have a proper adult moral quandary. She just has to die anyway. I'm very disappointed by this.
Thank you, Juna. Your life and will was always your own. If only I could have lived with your freedom. I admire you. Please don't let this change you, dear sister. I just wish I'd had more time to watch over you.
She might come back from this, you know. I mean, she's been flash frozen.
Huh? The curse is gone. He's cured.
I see. Which means Rella is...
Frozen, not dead. There's a saying in medicine, you're not dead until you're warm and dead.
Damn it! What am I doing? It's just like me and Del. I never wanted her to go through this too.
She did not strive merely to make amends. She was as much a protector as any of us.
You're right. For her family, and for all Sanctism's faithful. Even as it cost her her own life.
She didn't even do anything wrong. At 12 years old, she's an innocent. She was literally forced, you know, at gunpoint. Obviously not at an actual gunpoint, but using the saying. She was, you know, there's a legal term for it. There's a legal term where you apply so much pressure to somebody that when they do something, it's not you that's held accountable for it, it's them. Because they forced you. I know the colloquial term is that, you know, someone's held at gunpoint, but there's a legal term for this. You know, at 12 years old, with Forden holding the metaphorical gun to her head, she wasn't even guilty of the crime of trying to murder the prince or putting him in that position. It was Forden who was guilty of that crime. So I thought, oh, this might be...
She really, truly wanted to guide those who looked to her. It wasn't about the church for her, it was about the people. She was the kind of sanctist others only pretended to be.
See, here's the thing. It would have been a very interesting moral quandary because, you know, Hulkenberg being forced or felt like she was forced to kill her to save the prince. How do you trade one innocent life for another? You know, like that's very grey and morally ambiguous. At least by our standards of innocence and guilt, you know.
I have a feeling that many of her congregation will continue to call her the saint. I only wish she had lived to see it.
I'm with you there. She was stubborn, fussy, a bit odd, maybe. But she'd drop everything to help someone. And she'd do it with her whole heart in all the filth of that sullied house. She was the one brilliant flower that bloomed. That's who you were. And that's why I loved you, Rella.
Are you alright?
No. Not in the slightest. But I know wallowing isn't going to fix anything. Rella's given us a lot. Not just the truth about Luis. She's put the entire Sanctus congregation's support behind His Highness the Prince. You.
Indeed. You'll not have the whole nation on your side, but it won't be long before you've taken second place, just behind Luis himself.
Saint Rella saved me. I owe her my life, and I'm not gonna waste it. I'll fight with everything I have, right to the end. Let's do this.
She's probably not dead. She wouldn't even be dead in real life. If you were somehow instantly frozen like that, like, I don't know, you were given the liquid nitrogen treatment, the crystals in your cells wouldn't have time to form. It's those crystals that causes cell walls to degrade and breaks your neurology. Presuming that you had some way to unfreeze equally quickly and without, you know, causing damage to the cells in the unfreezing process, you'd be fine. But while we have the technology to freeze someone instantly, such as a way that they could survive it, we don't have the technology to unfreeze someone without doing a lot of damage to them. But it depends on how cold they are. That's why in medicine they say, oh, you're not dead until you're warm and dead. There have been stories of people who have been partially drowned in very cold sea, and they've been fished out of the water, having been clinically dead for the best part of 20 minutes, and they've warmed them back up, and they've survived. They've come back to life. Rella's shocking news that was delivered throughout the country by the Cries message birds even made its way to Grand Trad before the day's end.
Saint Rella was the one who cursed the prince. And to take her own life in the name of atonement. Yet, even if she'd lived, she confessed to high treason. She'd have been executed either way. Has all I've believed in been lies?
But didn't you hear the rest? That elder boy's the true prince. He survived. The king's true-born son's risen to take down Luis. It's like a proper myth. I've got to stand with him.
Ladies and gentlemen, if I might have your attention for a moment. We actually received an urgent notice a short while ago. A letter from the candidate Luis. In truth, I wasn't sure if we should read this to the public, but the criers have come to consensus. We must fulfill our duties. If this message is being read, it means
that Rella is dead. And the boy who claims himself the prince has won. Now, only 2 aspirants remain with any real chance at the throne. The boy and myself. To all lessers who remain, lay down your arms and accept defeat with grace. Blind defiance will be met with death. Bare your teeth, and you will die like the dogs you are. The boy, or myself. Only one shall wear the crown.
Sounds like he's throwing down a gauntlet, doesn't it?
We need not wait for the former king's judgment to pass. Let us determine ourselves which of us is fit for rule. My proposal is this. On September the 24th, upon the grounds before the royal capital's Grand Cathedral, we settle this in a contest of single combat. As in our battle at the Opera House, I welcome any weapons, any number of adversaries. Collective power is its own achievement. Either way, you will die by my hand.
Thus ends the letter from candidate Luis.
I knew it! It's a duel.
If Luis emerges the victor, we are surely doomed. I stand with the prince!
Nobody
Maria
can
is
beat
there.
Count Luis. It's high past time he tore that
And
so-called
Fabienne.
prince limb from limb.
If he beats this Luis person, will he become king?
Will he indeed? Reminds me of what my darling used to say. If you choose to fight, be ready when they fight back. I suppose it had to be this way. You can't fight a man for the throne without cutting a path to it first. Just come back alive. That's all we can hope for.
This defies all reason. What has Rella done? Even in death she finds a way to betray the church and raise that damned wealth.
She always seemed so timid in these chambers. Had she been scheming against us from the beginning?
We're not through yet. We must find a worthy successor and raise yet another candidate to replace Rella.
Yet, what chance do we have of winning now? Can anyone here conceive of someone as capable as Rella in winning the people's hearts? They say that even the monk Captain Godot is stepping down. There is no road forward where a Sanctus delegate can take the throne.
Then what path remains?
We must take steps now to ensure that our positions cannot be eliminated, whether by Luis or the boy. Whoever wins, we must gird ourselves.
If Luis has his way, he'd sooner have our heads than our titles.
The methods don't matter as long as we have a plan. There's no going back when our hands are already steeped in blood.
Strange to hear that said without a shred of guilt. But you're right. Survival is what matters now.
Bum. The Council of Fail is having a good chat about its fail.
I see. Yes, that seems to explain everything. Glad to hear His Highness is all right. Hardly feels real after all the muck we've waded through. But I suppose the fates take as much as they give. And you, my girl, how are you holding up?
I'm all right. My mind's cleared a bit. Sorry. Still got to lie about it. But please don't act any different on my account. She put her trust in me.
Still think it would have been. Oh, I'll wait for a
I can't afford to be weak now. I've a job to do. And I'm going to finish it.
I still think it would have been a much better and more morally complicated game if they had had to choose between Rella's life and the prince's life, and Hulkenberg or somebody had to end up actually killing Rella. But hey.
Right. Understood.
It chickened out.
For now, tempting as it might be, best not to drop everything and make a dash for His Highness.
Indeed. No doubt Luis has his eyes on us, waiting for such indiscretion. We must be patient and confront him face to face.
As it happens, we were rather beaten to the punch. Just earlier, a delivery bird dropped by with urgent news from old Batlin. Apparently, Luis has thrust us a proper letter of challenge. Says he'll be waiting to face us on September 24th in front of the Grand Cathedral.
Sounds like he wants this settled before an audience. If he's going all in here, maybe he'll finally tip his hand, show his trump card.
Still got a trick up his sleeve, has he?
Luis just doesn't go around hunting humans. He's been doing proper research, trying to figure out their powers and origin for ages. Don't know how much truth there is to it, but I heard he's developed some new magic art of his own. Something dark and secret.
He's forged new magics.
I wasn't convinced when I first heard it, but now I've met you lot and I've seen all this messing about with archetypes. Well, nothing surprises me anymore.
Indeed.
Nothing.
Last time, we had the element of surprise, and he was wounded, and we still barely had him. Didn't end up much of a decisive victory over the perfect Count Luis. If we fight the same way we did last time, he'll kill us all. This won't be an easy battle, but we've got to keep our heads up.
We still have a grace period until the day he named. Let us use the time wisely and prepare all we can.
That will definitely not be the end of the game. Gallagher has not hit level 7 yet. So, there is still more to go. Never, what a surprise. Never expected to see your faces back in town. Not many would show up again after angering Master Gidio and his monk army like you lot did.
No.
Let's not sweat the details, mate. Cinderella placed her trust in us, and she would see us protect all those in this country, including the Sanctus Faithful, who are still the Prince's royal subjects.
Right.
Besides, a coward who flees the city to save his own hide would be hardly worthy of support.
I beg your pardon.
I'd like to prepare for our confrontation before we jump back into the fray in Grand Trad. I apologize for imposing on you again. I see. Well, never fear. I'll not turn you over to the church. Not that the monk army has its sights on you to begin with. Master Gideon has buried the hatchet, as it were, says it'd be pointless to do otherwise. Regardless, I'm sure you're all exhausted after what you've been through. Please rest well. Everyone's dead tired. So focused upon my own failures, I could not see the foe before my very eyes. Carelessness leaves a bitter taste in my mouth.
Hey.
Don't think her crimes were the reason she helped us. You ask me, even if she'd found me in Dell that day with her conscience clean, she'd still have saved us. It's just who she is, never stop worrying about everyone around her, even at the end. We've got to crush Louis for her sake too. Never seen Una like that before. She's always so bright-eyed and cheery-faced. Don't think I can find the words to make her feel better, but I hope being there for her is some comfort. Well, I did not deserve such cruelty then or now, forcing her to assassinate the prince, even threatening Una's life to manipulate her. All at the hands of the most virtuous man in the Sanctus Church. The truth is worse than even the imagination of the most hardened cynic. Could never justify cursing the prince, yet, had I been in Rella's situation, I shouldn't dwell on such fruitless thoughts. We must honor her wishes and settle things with Louis. If you were a 12-year-old child, man, you would do what you were told. Especially if your friend was being threatened. Let's be real.
Hey.
If I'd never been taken in by the Cygnus family, maybe Rella wouldn't have gone through with it. It's not like me at all to dwell on it, but I know we can't change the past, but I can't stop considering all these what-ifs. Okay, we're not allowed to do anything
Good
anyway,
night.
so it is sleepy time.
Oh. Apologies.
Oh, he's gonna talk.
There is one thing I felt I should share with you. Do you recall some of our first conversations? Where I described to you how I'm trapped here? I've no idea where in the world I am right now. Indeed, I cannot even remember how I was brought here. But you and your allies journey across the land. I had thought that by observing you, I might discover a kernel of those truths.
I see. You thought maybe it was the Mage Academy. After all, it was a sanctuary of knowledge. Shuttered by persecution and isolated by wastes of snow. Nobody had gone near it in years.
Indeed. And that's not all. It's faint, but a deep memory stirs. I myself was involved in the founding of the Mage Academy.
That's practically a sure bet, isn't it?
Well, it seems the matter is not that simple. I saw all that befell you. The Ice Dragon, the Divine Relic, the magic that the Saint cast upon her people. If all these magical influences arose close to me, I would have sensed it. How could I miss them? Yet, I sensed nothing. It's as if time stands still. Not a single sound. Only deafening silence.
Are you saying that the Mage Academy could be somewhere else?
Somewhere else, or perhaps I myself. My obsession with archetype research, our meeting, the turmoil that has engulfed this land, just maybe, they might all be connected.
All connected, you say?
I feel that in pursuit of the archetypes, we may find the truth of your life and of mine. One of those truths is that from here on, you will face more clashes between you and Luis. Clashes that power will decide. I aim to help as always. Show me what you might achieve beyond your gifts. My faith rests with you. Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
The time's finally come.
Louis has set the date for September the 24th. But to be safe, we should aim to be in Grand Trad by the day before. Let's prepare for departure on the morning of September 23. This will definitely not be the end of the game. Things might not be as easy as it's been for us so far. Don't have the royal magic no more. Anyone can take a shot at you, and I mean anyone.
Yes.
You're right, we've got to remember that candidates other than Louis might be gunning from us from here on out. It's Arbor Day.
Everyone's here. We've got the fight of our lives ahead of us. Let's be ready for it.
All right.
10 days left to prepare for your battle with Louis.
And then...
Keep an eye on Yuna, but it's Basilio I'm worried about. They're holding up, but both lost someone important to them. The reason why this is definitely not the end is because there's not enough time. Let's say I get the link with Basilio, like right now, and I spend every day building it. I would just barely have enough time to max him out. And there would definitely not be enough time to max everybody else out. And Katharina, there's been no opportunity to advance her. She's probably lurking around somewhere.
You.
So.
You.
All right then.
Now what am I to do?
Badoing! An elder and a fairy traveling together. Wait, you're the prince. All my life, commoners like me have been little more than tools in the hands of you nobles and royalty. Curse you, you drug us into your wars, work us to the bone, cast us aside. All I've found something lucrative. Damn it all. Don't know your life, but you're clearly struggling with something. Can you tell us what's going on? So it's not just a rumor, there's a prince going around helping people. Well, I'm sure someone like me is near last on the list.
Well then?
You're welcome to be suspicious, but can you at least tell us what's going on? I'm a craftsman. I made armor for soldiers, but these days I've decided to put my skills to blankets and clothing instead. These are dangerous times, though. Things being what they are, I haven't been able to go get the thread I need. This is the coldest winter we've had in years. Wake up and wonder if anyone's froze to death in the night. If you really are the savior you say you are, I think you can go get the materials in my place. I can manage a reward, of course. How about some custom armor made of the materials you got me? Sound good? Where can I get this thread? Durable spider silk. You can only buy it in a place called Malva. Here, I'll show you where it is.
Let's give it a shot.
Hey, I'll get some tolerance out of that.
That's a choice I can get behind. Nice little village. Let's help them out.
Now what am I to do?
Oh, there's Basilio.
You little...
That damn black-hearted prince. You might think you're getting away with your wicked schemes, but I know all about it. I'll crush you and put an end to your blasted villainy.
What?
Stop playing the innocent. Grand suits me just fine. Next time we meet, I'll settle this once and for all. I'll tell you exactly where you can find me. I'm waiting right here for you, scum. Don't even think about running.
Oh, nice. Let's see.
Wow, this guy's an idiot.
You.
Now what am I to do?
Me thinking about myself, you know. Not used to doing all this thinking. Can't get me thoughts in order. Wish I could just skip town, put the whole thing from my mind. Not have to think about anything.
Now what am I to do?
Okay, so I need to be on the move to do his link. Maria's Mark 8 is now available. Good.
Alright then.
Let's see what else there is to do in town.
Let's go!
Oh, there's another quest there.
Ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Okay, let's go.
Why, you
We're out of options. The only way out of this is to slay Louis myself, and with that decided, I must head to the royal capital to do the dark deed.
Huh?
Wait, you can't mean to plan to fight him all by yourself. Don't be so reckless. An elder and a fairy, you must be that self-proclaimed prince. Don't attempt to stop me. It's too late to turn back. If Louis becomes king, and this country will turn to a living hell. One where my wife, child, my elderly parents will all be culled.
I guess, but...
I get it, we don't want it either, but getting yourself killed won't help. We'll take care of Louise, so hold your position, soldier.
Well now, what are we on about?
What proof do you have that you can accomplish such a mission? Your performance in the tournament was impressive, but hardly enough. My mind is set. You'll have no luck trying to stop me. However, if you can prove yourselves to be stronger than the famed Zero Kropos in the Tower of Insolence, then it's a different story. Even within the army, it's feared for its strength. If you can defeat it, maybe I can trust you. Sure, why not?
Well...
We're risking our lives to stop you from risking yours. Lovely. Alright, tell us about this Zero Kropos. North of Altabria, there's a place called the Tower of Insolence. Many fearsome monsters dwell there. Adventurers go seeking fame or treasure, but they either never return or come sprinting out with tears in their eyes and their tail between their legs. If you want to know the specific location or details about the monsters, you probably ask the informant.
I thank you in advance.
Defeat the Zero Kropos and bring me its Bramblethorn baton as proof.
Let's give it a shot! Well then.
To the informant we go.
Alright then.
All I remember.
Let's go!
I suppose I can bop in here as well.
Anyone catch your eye? You can handle it.
Contract should be suitable for someone of your skill. I'd like you to quickly take down the ice beast, Chimenzan. The legendary monster said to inhabit snowy mountains. Witness reports seeing a two-headed beast with a white body that blends into the snow. Soldiers were dispatched to search for it, but the majority never returned. After that, a whole delegation was dispatched to deal with it, but they found no success.
That...
It's smart enough to cover its tracks. This is the type of thing we can't ignore, but dealing with it's going to take a lot of effort. The beast lurks in a place called the Everfrost Forest.
What?
This beast doesn't leave tracks behind. If we could fight it, we wouldn't accomplish much if we can't find it in the first place. The report did mention it appeared shortly after a Valmo in that forest was killed. Other than the Chimenzan, Valmos are the strongest beasts out there. Maybe target a monster knew something was up after it sensed the Valmos' defeat.
I see.
Well, we don't have any other leads, so we should set our sights on a Valmo.
I have high hopes for you.
If you do manage to slay it, bring me the Frost Point Horn. With that as evidence, I'll be able to give you the reward.
Let's do it.
We could fly there, right?
This place. Here's where we are now. Nice little village. Here. All right.
Yeah, 10 days is just not enough time to max out all the links. Still get all your stats. up to 5, so... Tower to the north called the Tower of Insolence. I've heard many rumour about the view, but I must see it with my own eyes.
Alright.
Right, I need to go to the bar. I also need to do some shopping. There it is.
Let's go.
I need to do some shopping, but that can wait until...
What now?
Idle's Day. Idle's Day is 2 days away, so I can probably burn some time doing links. Burn some time doing links to get to the 15th, and then I can stock up on items.
No harm in just listening.
You wanna know about Louise? Frankly, I don't think you can best him, and again, no reason to go out of my way to stop you either. Skill with the sword, mage,
Keep this to yourself.
curses. He can use 4 types of magic: fire, ice, electric, and wind, and imbue his sword with them. His keen eyes can detect his opponent's weaknesses, allow him the slightest opening, and he'll capitalize on it. One more thing, I heard he whispers that he wields some kind of unknown monstrous power. North of Aldsbury lies the Tower of Insolence, more commonly known as the Cursed Tower. Cursed, huh? Doesn't that sound pleasant? Tell me if you've heard this one before. A dangerous location. All who enter are doomed never to return. Needless to say, most people try to stay away from it. It's become a nest for monsters. All manner of monsters there, most threatening is the Cyclops. It reigns over monsters like a tyrant. If it goes on a rampage, there's no stopping it. From what I've heard, things get dire if it's the last one standing.
Keep this to yourself.
It's got its cronies with it. You best take them and Zeokropos down together. Somewhat obviously, you should focus your attacks on that single huge eye. Bows and spears should be effective. Okay. Ooh.
This place.
It's blatantly probably something here as well. And maybe like here. You can sort of see on the maps where they might stick things.
Here's where we are now.
Okay, ice is ineffective, fire will work well. Monsters are aware of this weakness, stop them before they use an ability that repels magic.
Keep this to yourself.
I've heard rumors of persons stalking the area don't seem to be stranded, so who knows what they're doing out there. Perhaps that information is irrelevant.
If I may.
Kingly candidate like you cooks as well. Okay. These don't matter, but I'll just buy them anyway. Okay, we are running a bit low on time. In fact, frankly, we're out of time. So I'm going to say that's it for now, but I don't think that this is going to be the final confrontation.
What now?
Because we just haven't been given enough time. Don't forget that we just received Yuna and Yufa's links. And we've just gotten Basilio's link. I mean, I'm not quite sure how to unlock it, but we've only just got it. There just isn't enough time. Even if you got here Or like, even if you spent all the time in the previous area doing these two links and the steps to get them, I don't think that there's enough time to max out all the links, which is something you should be able to do. So I'm going to presume that we've got another time period after this 10 days. But that doesn't mean we should waste it. In theory, we could do 20 links, right? 10 during the day, and 10 during the evening.
All right.
I mean, if they were perfectly spread out. And we have 4, 5, 6, 7, another 7, 14, another 4, so 18, 19, 20, so we're over 20. And of course Neuros is going to involve exploring at least one more dungeon, if not several more. So he's always going to burn time. I'll have to speak with him at some point to figure out...
Now what am I to do?
Alright then.
To figure out where the next relic
All right,
dungeon
then.
is. Right, that's it for now. Join me next time. I'm going to explore this city and see if we get all the quests and everything, and then I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do from there. Hope you guys enjoyed it. See you guys next time.